What is up, guys? Real quick before we jump into today's video, I would like to take a few short moments to let you know that we have a Discord channel for all of our fans to participate in, and you are more than welcome to join us there. Then, we also have a Patreon account set up with some cool benefits if you want to play with us, see behind the scenes cuts of us failing and being stupid, or just want to support us. And that's it. Enjoy the video.
Greetings and salutations, my lovely little bitlings. Today I've got some information on Raiderz. Now, we all remember Raiderz. It was one of the action MMORPGs that got us excited for the genre. The genre that has since been dominated by Black Desert Online. It released all the way back in 2012, when the action genre was still in its infancy. This caused it to inevitably shut down in 2015, when Perfect World Entertainment was unable to keep the game running due to various issues. People were absolutely shocked over Raiderz's shutdown announcement. Many of those players, however, found solace in Wild Raiderz private server, launched by fans in an attempt to save the game. Wild Raiderz found a lot of success and held on to the popularity that Raiderz had, growing the game into one of the most populated non-WoW private servers online. Due to this success, another publisher realized that there was still a significant potential in the market and decided to purchase licensing rights to the game. Wild Raiderz has suffered no substantial loss to its overall population. The fact remains that with the announcement of an official server along with a large company backing the development of the game, well, let's not go ahead and say that Wild Raiderz will end up going down, but it doesn't bode well for the private server, to say the least. Up until this point, the new licensors of Raiderz has remained silent on what their plans were for the game. Now, we have some additional information to share with you all on this release. Masang Soft, the new company behind Raiderz, has posted what they are referring to as a development roadmap on the official Raiderz Facebook page. To be clear, what they posted was more of a featured list than anything else, but nevertheless, the feature listed along with their description is as follows. Do keep in mind that this list was in a lot of broken English, so translating this might be a little difficult at times. One of Raiderz's most distinct features was its action combat system. Epic monster hunting, group activities, and PvP are some of the core features that attract players to the game, so we will attempt to maintain these features by strengthening the pace of the action combat. The overall feel of the game will be improved. Furthermore, we have adjusted the evasion and hit system in-game to be on more reasonable levels. Many skills were revamped or overhauled completely, based off of the weapon in use. These features will not destroy the system in place, rather the system in question will merely be refined to allow for a better player experience. The existing class system was very limited. It left you unable to fully customize your character or playstyle, instead forcing you to take a build that was deemed acceptable. Our goal is to alter the class system by dismantling all of the existing classes to allow for a significant change in how you build your character. To allow for this, players will be able to choose items, skills, and individual stats to improve your character. Of course, the aforementioned classes and builds will still be accessible. We are merely attempting to alleviate people feeling the need to conform to what is generally accepted as the right way to build your character, instead giving people the opportunity to choose the way they want to play. Additionally, we will be introducing a new passive skill system onto the newly revamped class system. The new system will guide players into improving their stats through a variety of means, such as increasing in level along with the use of different gear sets and items. You will be able to explore a variety of different stat altering effects, both personally and for your entire party, by creating and combining items. Trial instances will be altered into the new Hellhound system, something that is targeted towards endgame content. This system will feature varied difficulties for players and groups to tackle, varying from beginner to expert. Each difficulty shares the same environmental space, but not the same group of monsters. Monster skills and levels also differ depending on difficulty. The more difficult the level chosen, the more prepared you will need to come. Cooperating with team members is the most important part of the highest difficulty dungeons. One of Raiderz' most significant problems were to do with its standardized items. Every player ended up with the exact same item at endgame for their class, and it eliminated any form of choice. Repeatedly increasing your stats without progressing through new gear and items caused severe imbalance. We were hoping to even off the figures on each piece of equipment, along with giving players the ability to choose between a variety of equipment, effectively giving players a larger choice on how to craft their character. By adjusting the overall stats on each piece of equipment, we plan on making the stat gain from skills be of a larger benefit to players overall. Finally, crafted gear will receive various improvements as well, providing crafted gear with more clear features. What we came to realize upon inspection of the game was that players have grown tired of the questing system. Players were forced to engage in both the main scenario and side quests to progress through the game. What we plan on doing is sorting through the side quests, finding the quests in question that players didn't like, or were overall unnecessary to the progression of the game, and eliminate the need to participate in completing them entirely. By doing this, players will no longer be forced to engage in quests they find boring, instead being able to focus more on the main scenario. By participating in the main scenario, players find themselves enthralled in the story as opposed to running around to do irritable errands for individual NPCs that hold no importance to the game. We're well aware that demanding excessive amounts of money to be invested into the game for cash-up items is a risky business model. Not only does this have the potential to ruin the economy, but it also runs the risk or ruining the balance of the game. This in turn promotes distrust amongst the player base and will in the future prevent the player from trusting the company behind the game. We're making every attempt to apply a fair microtransaction system that players can trust. Most of the items, not all, but most, will be cosmetics, such as the ability to alter your character's appearance or adding in additional costumes. We expect to satisfy long-term players by offering valuable items without fear or adding external pay-to-win mechanics to the game. Storytelling remains one of the core features for Raiderz. While there are some people that enjoy the gameplay exclusively, there are others that have a deep appreciation for the overall story of the game. Raiderz' story gives you a sense of purpose. It gives your actions meaning, the NPCs you meet a reason to exist, and the areas you visit a reason to actually explore. We hope people will be impressed with our storytelling, as we believe reinforcing the game with an exciting, attractive plot is an important part of every game. Well guys, that is generally what they said regarding Raiderz. Granted, it is somewhat translated. With that being said, Microsoft is taking Raiderz in a slightly different direction. Instead of reviving the game in its current iteration, they are taking a strange approach, changing some of the mechanics that didn't work out very well. I believe that personally, this is a good move, as the game itself was quite pay to win, and quite honestly, so with all that's been said, what do you think about the changes Raiderz is going through? Do you like what they're changing? Did you prefer Raiderz the way it was before? And finally, will you play Raiderz once it's released? Either way guys, thank you for watching, and as always, good day, night, or afternoon, wherever it is where you are, and I will be seeing you guys in the next video. Hope you find what you've been looking